Hey y'all, it's Nicole Cuts here, and I am going live on YouTube because I need your input on this situation with Jussie Smollett. If you're not familiar with the case by now, then I don't need your input because you need to be familiar with the case to give me your input. But just in case you happen to be one of the only one people who's not aware of this by now, actor Jussie Smollett, who's also a singer, who was on Empire, I say was because they're probably gonna fire him. It seems now that he lied about a racist and homophobic hate crime attack. I've got my thoughts on this, and the reason why I'm seeking your input is because I think it'll be interesting, and also because in a little bit at 7 o'clock tonight on Channel 9, WUSA 9 in Washington, D.C., I'm going to be on Off Script with Bruce Johnson to give my opinion on the situation. Not my TMZ type opinion, because that's a whole different thing. More like from a psychological standpoint, what's going on with somebody who would lie like this. And I'm not sure yet what I'm going to say, so I need some input from you. I just want to know what your opinions are, sort of the word on the street. But I will tell you that one of the thoughts that I have is I don't think, this is just from now, this is subject to change with more research on my part and more information, because still at this point, I don't know exactly what happened. I think it's not until Jussie says, I did this for this reason, although I gotta say, it looks really, really, really bad right now. So I'm not really thinking that it's a diagnosable condition. This is just on first blush. I think that people lie for a whole lot of reasons. Now, is it an indicator of some sort of lack of integrity, moral fiber? Yes, I think it is. But it's funny, it also brings up the question for me, how crazy are we? Because a lot of us are living in an atmosphere right now where we have a president who lies pretty much every day, and we know he's lying, and yet we act like, well, he lied. That's no big deal. He lied. So, and I'm not trying to create a false equivalency, because if Jussie did lie about this, and it's looking like he did from what I've read and what I can see, then that is a crime. And it's also unethical and morally wrong. Okay. As a Black person, as a member of the LGBT community, I'm personally pissed off, because we have enough of a hard time in this country and in this world without somebody like Jussie handing something so ridiculous like this to people who will use this as an excuse to not believe future real victims of attacks and hate crimes. Frankly, and you can have whatever opinion you want, I think it's dishonorable to our ancestors who died at the hands of lynching and domestic terrorists who killed our Black men and women and who continue to do that. I think it's a disgrace. I think it's shameful, and I'm not one who says for shame, I'm not gonna, and Jussie doesn't care what I think, but I'm just saying that this is what I think. I think that it is I can't even think of the word. It's really dishonoring our heritage and our legacy and I'm thinking right now as African Americans in this country who, as I said, have died because of racism and who have fought against it and who continue to fight. And for the LGBT community also, hate crimes are real. People get killed every day. A lot of transgender women and just people who are gay or lesbian killed, shot, murdered daily. And there's no attention often paid to that, especially when it comes to being transgender. And if you are poor, okay, or poor and Black, forget it. You don't even hear about it. And that happens continuously. And I looked at the Robin Roberts interview earlier today after all this came out, because I knew I was going to be doing this thing tonight. And I was scrutinizing it for evidence of deceit and mendacity and lies. And I didn't see any. Okay. My honest reaction, and you may have, and other people have different opinions. My honest reaction is I was sitting there thinking, this brother can act his behind off. That's what I was thinking. He's a good actor. I was like, he deserves an Emmy for this interview. I mean, he cried. I mean, now that I know that it's not true, it didn't get me choked up. But had I not known that it was most likely a lie, I would have gotten choked up. So it's a shame, frankly, to squander your talent by being deceitful in some way, because I don't see how his career is going to survive this. Again, giving him the tiniest, faintest, teeniest shadow of the doubt, because I don't know. Everything hasn't come out. Maybe it has, and I'm on YouTube talking and it's coming out right now. But as of my last reading, I don't see anything where he has just said, this is the whole deal. Now, I did hear that. And again, here, I'd have to check this with a few different sources, that there's evidence that he wrote a check to the Nigerian brothers. And we already had them on the surveillance camera buying the supplies. And then now I hear there's some footage of them sitting on a bench near the area, the staging area where the assault or the attack was to take place. There are a lot of people who didn't believe this story from the beginning. I wasn't one of them. I also was not one of the people being like, justice for Jussie. I just was like, oh, that's a shame. There was no reason for me not to believe it, because people do get beaten up, attacked in the name of racism and homophobia every day. So I just was like, oh, that's too bad. Poor Jussie. I'm like, I don't really know him, but, sorry. But a lot of people were very vocal in their support. And I imagine that a lot of them feel betrayed now as well. And I think Robin Roberts is not exactly thrilled with the fact that she had Jussie on her show, gave him a platform. And again, if the brother is lying, that's just some cold, narcissistic, self-centered, don't have no kind of integrity or nothing stuff to do. Okay. Why did he do it? Attention? Okay, that wouldn't be a good enough reason. More money is what I'm hearing. First of all, I don't see how you becoming a victim of a hate crime translates into salary negotiation. That to me seems like a shot in the dark. Like, I could more believe you did it so they wouldn't want to write you off because of how it would look. But I've never heard, I would not even put any scratches on myself with a guarantee of thinking I'm going to get some money from that. That's just maybe from a person who supposedly beat me up, but not from my employer. That doesn't even make sense. So I hope that, this all becomes clear at some point. But right now, what I need is your opinion of this whole thing. Any place you want to come in on it. Is he crazy? Why did he do this? Maybe you're one of the people who staunchly still supports him. I don't know. So share your opinions, please, on this post. I'm going to post this on my Facebook. I know it would be better if I was doing it live Facebook, but you know what? Facebook has cut me off entirely too many times. And when I'm heated up like this, any of my friends will tell you when I'm on a roll, don't cut me off, because then I have to get back on the roll. Anyway, so looking for your opinion. I appreciate it. If you're catching this before 7, is it 7:30 or 7 o'clock? I think it's 7. Just tune into Channel 9 with Bruce Johnson. It's off script. It's either at 7 or 7:30. It's 7. It's 7 o'clock. Okay, over now. Gotta find the end stream button.